Hey everybody, Robert Trimbath here, CTO for AIO Integrations, doing my weekly rant today for In the Queue. I have not been able to get here as often as I want because it has just been absolutely crazy. Ton of things going on. Business has been roaring, so I'm not going to complain. I just wanted to go over a few things that have been really big in the news, things we need to talk about. One of the big things we're going to talk about that depending on what news outlets you watch and what circles you're in for news, some things have happened that you guys need to be aware of, and that is that GoDaddy has now experienced one of the biggest breaches in history over a 3 years long. And it is there's been hackers in on the network for more than 3 years, and all their source code's been stolen. I've never been a fan of GoDaddy because I don't think they're very security minded, but for those of you using it, very seriously need to consider other options. If you're using it to buy Office, like Google or Microsoft services, you can buy those things direct. You don't need to go through GoDaddy. That's just convenience and a security. Buy them direct. And then I can tell you right now that they're going to have far less problems at Microsoft and Google as far as breaches go than GoDaddy does. So, not a big GoDaddy fan. I don't do business with them for that reason, and have never had an issue because of that. So, if you guys are doing business with them, I'd very seriously consider moving, changing, and I would also password change everything in your system because they have been compromised heavily. So that is one of the biggest things that has happened in the last couple of weeks. Also, last week, and we posted this up on our YouTube channel, we also posted up on Alignable, we did our part one of our cybersecurity kind of state of the union, what it's costing businesses. We did a little 4 to 5 year financial history. Catch it. It is on our Alignable post for our company. It's also up on our YouTube channel In the Queue. And Paul also has recordings of it and is posting it through their side, and they're getting ready to do a podcast for it. Part two is tomorrow at 1 p.m. Make sure there's instructions here on how to sign up for it. We have it listed as a virtual event. You can find it either on Paul Odendahl's side. He's the host. I've been invited to be a co-host, and we're doing part two, and it's going to be about how to detect and find bad actors on your machines. In other words, we're going to show you how to tell the difference between phishing and non-phishing, and how to get rid of annoying what we call clickbait that comes up on your screen. How to get rid of those. How to tell they're fake. We're also going to be discussing and opening the questions to things you should or shouldn't be doing with social media and what you should be exposing for yourself and your company. We're also going to be talking about common practices using your everyday life, not just your businesses, on how things are stored in the machines like credit card, debit cards, and how you should be using the cards to there are different ways to use them that will ensure better security for you. So definitely going to be doing that tomorrow. So sign up. We already got, I think, about, I don't remember the count last. I think it was around 30 people. But definitely want to make sure you're on. We had a little confusion last week because we had a webinar hosted through our company, and a lot of people went to Paul's Zoom link, unfortunately, and got confused. So the 60 people or so we only had about maybe half of them there for that. So we want to make sure you guys know we did fix that. We are doing it on Zoom. So make sure you do use the Zoom link for joining the meeting that we have included in the information. And you can find that both on Paul's site for Destination for Education, Paul Odendahl, and on ours for AIO. Also, something I wanted to talk about was a little tips and tricks. So we had quite a few people call us last week about some issues they were having with pop-ups with Microsoft Edge. Now, this can happen actually with any browser. It doesn't matter if it's Firefox or Edge or Chrome. These are what we call zero-day exploits that are being used to create pop-ups that simulate things that aren't really what they appear to be. And if you ever find that you are getting pop-ups on your screen saying for products you don't have installed, saying you got a virus, call here, do this. These things are very common now. They're becoming more common, unfortunately. And we call them clickbait. Because no matter what you click on these things, you're probably going to go to a website that has a file, a script on it that's going to try and execute something bad. And so you don't want to ever click on these. The best line of action is if you are on Windows 10. On Windows 10, your logo is down in the bottom left-hand corner, your Windows logo. You can right-click on that. Not left-click, but right-click, and it brings up a menu. Choose Task Manager from that. And under your processes, in other words, the things you're running, you're going to see a browser. You're going to see like Chrome or Edge or Firefox. Just highlight that and hit end task. I mean, just kill it. It's going to kill all those, get them out of your screen. Next time you reopen, make sure you choose not to restore what you closed, because it will reopen that same stuff if you do. Kind of like an auto recovery feature, but do not choose that and you'll be fine. You also want to go and double check your bookmarks, you like your home page and your extensions, and make sure nothing got added that you aren't aware of. Okay. On Windows 11, it's the same process. The only difference is the Windows logo is a little more in the center of the screen. It's in your row of icons on the left-hand side, just on the left-hand side of the search bar, but towards the middle of the screen. So it's the left-hand side of the icon bar in the middle of the screen. Right click on that, go to Task Manager, select any open browsers. Doesn't matter if it's Chrome, Edge, Firefox, just kill them all, and that stuff will disappear from your screen. And again, be sure not to restore it. So a little trick on how to get rid of those things and get them off your screen so you don't end up clicking on something you shouldn't. All right. Don't miss tomorrow's segment. We're going to talk about that and a lot more. So we're looking forward to seeing you there. And don't be square. It is purely educational. We're not selling anything. It is all education. It's an hour or less. We're going to try and wrap up our presentation right about 30 to 40 minutes right in that area. And then we're going to turn around, and the rest of the time is going to be questions for you guys. We're going to take those questions live, let you, voice your question. We're going to answer them, and the whole thing will be recorded and released like we did last week. So look forward to seeing you there. Be there or be square. Have a great week, guys.